We are back. You know, one of the things that we're going to get into too is, of course, the alleged, well, more than alleged, the confession that Tifany Adams made. And the defense attorneys love to make light of this, but I'm going to put the document right up on the screen. There you go. Proof of guilt is evident. See attached sworn affidavit detailing the relevant facts at this time. The state would point out that after arrest, this defendant, Tifany Adams, did provide a recorded statement to law enforcement indicating her responsibility for the death of the deceased. What does that mean, though? What was the recorded statement? Already the defense attorneys or the talking heads that are the defense attorneys are saying, oh, you know, confessions can be coerced. Confessions can be forced. Confessions don't mean everything. If a confession is taken correctly, a confession means everything. A confession can be one of the most powerful pieces of evidence that a prosecutor could have. But what do I mean be taken correctly? First of all, when they say this was an in custody confession or statement, whatever language they're using, means that Miranda applied. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is the person is under arrest and the person was in custody. Therefore, Miranda would have to be read and waived for a legal, voluntary, intelligent, and knowing confession to be taken. I would think that the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation have investigators that, of course, know how to do this. They did such a good job. In all other aspects of this case, how could they screw up taking of the confession? So what does it mean to take a confession? Well, when a good investigator goes into a room with a defendant, one of the early things he's going to do, and some police departments require Miranda to be read immediately before questioning proceeds. So they successfully read Miranda, they successfully obtain a waiver. Now they start talking. And there's a Yiddish word that people love to use in New York. It's called schmooze. You try to get the defendant to like you, the interviewer, the interrogator, the detective. You schmooze them. You get them to feel like you're a regular guy, you're a good guy, you have their best interest in mind. And then you start questioning them. And this is all should be on videotape. Because when it's on videotape, it can be demonstrated that there was no coercion, no one was being forced, and there was no ill treatment of the defendant. And it's always a good idea during these interviews to offer to the defendant breaks to go to the bathroom. Would you like to go to use the bathroom right now? And of course, you document that. Would you like a glass of water? Would you like some water? Would you like anything? Would you like something to eat? We could take a break. Do you want something to eat? Because when you successfully obtain this confession, and this person at some point winds up in court, how is the defense attorney going to attack this confession? Well, I'll tell you how. They're going to attack it by saying the detective abused the defendant. He didn't offer her bathroom breaks. He didn't offer her anything to eat. She was there for 8 hours. He didn't offer her a time to take a break. He didn't offer her to make phone calls. That would be done after the statements were taken. So all of these things a really good investigator knows he should say. At 0900 hours, I offered, in this case, Tifany Adams a chance to use the bathroom. She said she had to go to the bathroom. I got a female detective to escort her to the bathroom. She left at 0900. She came back at 0910 hours. At that point, I asked her, would she like a drink of water? She said, yes, she would like a water. I got her a bottle of water, which she drank during the interview. Would you like something to eat? Not right now. I'm not hungry. Okay. All of that needs to be documented because months later from now, a defense attorney is going to try to make the detective look like a subhuman, that you did not offer my client a chance to use the bathroom. She was not offered water. She was there for 6 hours. But an experienced investigator, a good interviewer, a good interrogator will document all of these things. And then when it's on videotape, as it should be, and I can't swear to that fact if it was on videotape right now because that's not indicated, that will show that the person being interviewed was not abused. So brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Now, what does the investigator, what type of information does the interviewer want to get out of the defendant? In this case, he wants to talk a little bit about the custody battle that Tifany had with Sharon Butler. Why? Well, because that provides motive, doesn't it? And no, motive is not something the prosecutor has to prove, but juries love to hear the motive.